Welcome back to the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, so far we have got 4 ways that the situation can be resolved. 1, we rescue Aerith. 2, Aerith dies of oxygen deprivation. 3, she dies of starvation. Or 4, she gets bored to death by Hojo, like I mentioned at the end of the previous
bored.
part.
Not creeped out.
Not completely terrified.
Well, sometimes even the ravings of a madman can get pretty dull if you've heard them again.
Maybe if you're in hell, Dwibs.
Well, Aerith's situation, she might as well be in hell.
I mean, she's stuck with Hojo. That's pretty close.
So she's stuck with the father.
But as you see, the bar stools was where Cloud's mom met that bastard of an ex-husband, and she's regretted it ever since.
Also, we have Scarlet's theme in a vinyl now.
How nice. Okay, time to get up my
You
HP
just
and MP.
sat down.
We can't sit on the stool, he knocks them over.
Yeah, you knock a bunch of stools and then sit your ass on a bench.
Oh, Cloud can't fit on the stool. That bloody stupid sword he has on his back.
But wouldn't it be easier to sit on a stool because it has no back?
Let's see, I'll have...
Those things are uncomfy as hell.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, 247,
so basically...
1 with cheese, and a large soda.
So basically...
I wasn't aware that you had to play that game too.
No, but I know the memes, Pedro.
So basically, you're saying you want a triple cheeseburger with fries, a quadruple bacon cheeseburger without the bacon, and you want a pepperoni pizza with glitter. All right.
By the way, not to mention Shiri. Oh, a new weapon. Let me choose saber. Also, Shiri, someone actually did a rough estimation on how much the order would have actually cost, and what actually Big Smoke would have ordered with that. It's quite the bunch.
But why would you order a bacon cheeseburger without the bacon? That's stupid. Order a cheeseburger.
Also, but more in topic. That weapon is actually one of the more useful with the ability that it provides. It's a rough version of a blade beam, essentially. It requires, if I recall correctly, 2 stacks. There you go. But it does a lot of damage, and it projects with a V arc, meaning that it can cover a lot of enemies at the same time. Though the catch, if I recall correctly, the Mithril Saber gives, in terms of actual stats, it actually boosts your magic, Cloud's magic stats instead of the physical one. So if you prefer to go physical, you better just learn the ability and switch to a different weapon.
I look forward to receiving all of your future.
Bye, Chadley.
I think this is the last time we'll see him, guys. For now.
Totally. Oh. And now time for a weird Easter egg.
Cloud? You're Cloud, right? Holy shit! That's cool, bro. We went through training together. Damn. So you're still alive and kicking, huh? Some of the guys heard you got smoked. But I told them it was all bullshit. Hey,
boy.
No spoilers allowed. Anyway, the person he's referring to, Kunsel, is actually a sort of a mini-ensemble Dark Horse. He's essentially a sort of NPC that gives you a couple of missions in Crisis Core that Zack talks to a lot, and he's very super friendly. And he actually became a fan favorite, so people were hoping to see him referenced somehow in the rest of the compilation, and there we have it.
Voila! Who knows? Maybe...
Although it's a bit weird because Kunsel, if I recall correctly, a second-class soldier. Who's sleeping?
Someone's sleeping.
Oh, there he is. He's left. That's the thing. Well, Kunsel, if I recall correctly, didn't really care much about the infantry unit, but was more interested just in the soldier class. I don't remember. But I don't remember if he actually bonded with Cloud just like Zack did.
Okay, I do get a bit. I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes the it's kind of hard to see the arrow on the minimap that tells you're supposed to stairs.
Right.
I keep thinking that's part of the design of diamond shape. Excuse me. I shove past you because, of course, it's fucking terrible, you dipshit.
I wonder how the rescue ops are going.
Magistrally.
But what was that sound?
I think that was
Barrett, are you knocking over the chairs?
I think that was
Yeah,
the sound.
it isn't Cloud this time.
More like the bigger priority, Dwibs, is that you're running in circles.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
Tifa this time.
yeah.
You three should stop walking.
You know. Somebody has to put those chairs
this,
back each time.
Yeah, there you go. Square fixes this. Fetch in a secret game over if Cloud and the others topples too many chairs and stools.
They get thrown out of the Shinra building for vandalism.
Okay, you actually, I can explain this in the context of.
What?
This is how the old them sits the chairs. That's part of the reason why the Shinra company came into being. They were all sitting on chairs. Therefore, the chairs were the whole center of the founding of Shinra. Because they weren't exactly going to found Shinra standing up, were they?
That's kind of like in South Park Fracture Butthole, where if you touch the Rubik's Cube in Cartman's room, the world explodes. And I'm not kidding, it actually does explode in its
Oh, there they are. Heidegger and the President.
I trust the narrative is intact.
No, it bloody isn't.
The people have embraced the Wu-Tai Avalanche conspiracy.
Oh, that. Sorry, I got.
I've almost come to believe it myself.
Well, tell a lie now.
No, it's not intact. We have more parts after this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Goro is just still chilling on his futon and sleeping drunk. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know what's going on right now.
I wonder if this will make it actually easier for Yuffie to trust us, ironically.
Or create a liar reveal situation, potentially.
Oh boy, another matter?
No matter what, there is potential for expanding her character. So we'll see.
I mean, I guess to be fair, it's not a complete lie. I mean, Avalanche are against Shinra,
but remember, right now they're considered, allies of Wu-Tai. So I'm pretty confident that if the narrative keeps going, Yuffie will probably start idolizing Cloud and the others, and at some point the truth will have to come out somehow.
So
imagine.
And yeah, Barrett, it's called Operation Save Aerith, not Operation Save Aerith. Heading President.
Well, it's too long, Dwibs.
Imagine though.
Yes, Jova?
Imagine though, Yuffie idolizes the group so much that she actually steals materia for them instead of stealing materia
Maybe
from
Jova,
them.
Nah, I think she's gonna still steal their shit.
Maybe that's the payoff, Jova. Maybe this time the stealing of the materia doesn't come from, her maintaining her secret mission or something. Maybe it comes as sort of frustration after the cat's out of the bag.
That could actually be pretty interesting, and would lead more to her character.
Really makes you think.
What floor should I go up to? Yeah, the conference room.
Honestly, I'm wondering if they're also building up to
going straight up to the executive suite. Probably get security.
Also, with all the mentioning,
this elevator is large enough for a boss fight. I wonder.
Also, with all the mentioning of these characters and whatnot, I wonder if we'll meet some of those characters like Kensel in the second part of the remake.
I don't know, Teo. It is spacious, but I would prefer
I can see something like Cloud jumping from an elevator to another. It's a bit risky. Alright. Oh, there they are.
Where Professor Hojo is?
Where he should be.
Huh.
Alright. Let's bust in and take everyone hostages.
Alright.
Miss Secretary, please move away. You're in my way, sir.
An important meeting is in session.
Unfortunately, we cannot do that.
What? Man, that would have been such a nice thing, even if it would have led to a game over.
Need to find a way to infiltrate.
If you'll recall,
You'll hear the words coming out of your mouth. We just gotta find that bathroom so we can get into the air duct.
Yep.
Ask anyone here. They can point us in the right direction.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to find, huge gust of wind coming from the bathroom?
It's like, where's the bathroom?
You work here, don't you know where it is?
It's an incredibly big building, and I rarely come to this floor.
It's kind of interesting, Sherry. My country has like a set of code in terms of gestures to do when you want to go to the bathroom, but can be easily be mistaken. Because, for example, it's like the victory pose one. So.
Also, don't worry, that guy won't report us.
One character that I actually do.
You guys private security or something?
One character that I actually do really want to be expanded upon as well is actually Elena. Because in the original game, they do strongly imply that Elena has the hots for Tsung, but there's no payoff to any of that. They establish that, but they never bring it back, and they never cap it off.
That's also because it's connected to Tsung literally being cut away from the plot, and thanks to localization, mistranslation, even believed to be dead, only for people to turn their eyes when it shows up in Advent Children.
Sure.
Hello, where
so I'm hoping future parts will allow for some of the considering, of course, they add extra stuff like for this first part.
Also, don't mind.
Some more Turk action because
I also would actually prefer if she actually had a weapon, because all she did in her only boss fight was throwing items.
Also, just a bit earlier. Probably would have worked better if we were still in the said it. Don't mind us. We're private security. We're called
You're right.
Avalenki Security.
Let's just run with the story. We're part of Soldier. These two are new recruits that I'm training.
Oh, thank God. No one's in here.
Love to show them what the ones down below look like.
But one of them looks older. Also, Tifa, Tifa, I understand, but now is not the time for worrying about being present in the men's bathroom. This is an emergency.
But imagine getting arrested because, you can actually get arrested for being in the wrong form of bathroom. Gotcha. Wouldn't that be an embarrassing? Okay.
What kind of law is that?
Well, I mean, if you're a man and you go into a women's bathroom, you can get arrested for that in some areas.
Well, okay. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's not something you should do. I'm not saying otherwise. But really, just because of that, you get arrested in the same cell as possibly a murderer or something? That doesn't sound fair to me.
Oh, well, no, Pedro.
No, being arrested doesn't necessarily lead to jail.
Yeah. Pedro, it's not like you get put in jail, but you will probably get apprehended and arrested. So in Tifa's case, that would be a pretty embarrassing reason to get apprehended by a soldier.
There we go.
Alright,
interesting variation. Now only Tifa goes with Cloud. Barrett, of course, probably because of the size and everything, is gonna have to stay down in.
Well,
I don't.
Well, Teo, how the hell would
not just that
even support all three of them? That didn't really.
Not just that. The original game implied that the air duct was like this big for all of them to stay near the same spot.
Who the hell builds vents that big and wide?
Again, what does the evil overlord list says about air duct?
Let me look it up. My vents will be. Yeah.
If I got correctly, let's go on.
My vents will not be big enough for anyone to call through.
I'm sure they're safe.
Specifically.
Right by Sector 7, and I keep calling, but I still can't get through.
I heard that all the phone lines are down. It doesn't mean anything.
Totally doesn't mean anything.
Pretty sure.
This is the worst episode of The Office.
I know, right?
Which one?
Any. I don't have that much experience with aside
well,
from memes.
Me and Dwibs tried to sit through the first episode of the British one, and I think we stopped before the halfway point.
The general consensus is that American Office is better than the British one. The problem with the first season was that it tried to be an American version of the British one, which didn't work out so well. The thing with the American version is that the characters got to evolve and grow past the point that the British characters did.
It doesn't help that the writer and the star of the British one is just painfully unfunny.
Also, there you go. Reeve actually has ordered.
I think Stephen Merchant's very funny.
Reeve has actually been has been a good boy and done his homework to actually order a couple of teams to start planning for their building of Sector 7. I'm sure I'm sure
Yeah,
this good
I
attitude
mean,
will always
our
be rewarded.
Star.
Anyway, Tia,
I
to answer
mean,
your question, the evil...
Which is funny because the British writers.
Yes, Java?
Right, to answer your question, it's actually literally number 2 on the list. My ventilation ducts will be too small to crawl through.
There you go. I thought that it was like slightly expanded, talking also about the lasers or flamethrowers, but I might be misremembering.
That's probably on Evil Overlord List A. Yes, there are extensions made to the Evil Overlord list.
Mm-hmm.
Always handy to keep, though.
There we go, Cloud. Go ahead like that.
Okay, just shimmy on forward, shimmy on back, shimmy to the left, to the right, and a tag track.
Whatever you said.
How hard could it be to find the ventilation duct where I need to peek in on a very important meeting?
This it?
Although, to be fair, some ventilation ducts are this big for practical reasons. Believe it or not, mainly because of the machinery.
There we go.
With my own eyes, sauntering down the corridor.
At least he tells them.
For this nonsense.
He was as close to me as you are now. The shock of it made me spill my tea.
So
We'll get more tea, asshole.
If there are intruders in the building, my men will see.
So basically, if Shinra had listened to Palmer, they could have averted the tragedy, quote unquote, that's about to occur.
I have the damage assessment for Sector 7, and I'm afraid the figures are catastrophic.
Sir, you won't believe the reason they managed to break into the building.
Yeah. You remember that mayor that we stuck in the library?
No, I wasn't referring to that. I was referring to the guard who was too distracted to keep an eye on the fucking security camera.
Oh, yeah. Partially thanks to Scarlet. Again, so much stuff is going on in the Shinra building at this point. We've got Avalanche storming the headquarters. We've got these guys chatting, and Sephiroth's also in there doing whatever. Can tell he's a bad guy because he smokes.
Because that's totally how that works.
We still don't know for sure that the Promised Land even...
Yeah. Stay in your place.
What, is he one with the Force? He could just do that with his hands, and that makes him sit down.
The specimen is somewhat lacking compared to her pure-blood mother, but for our purposes, she should more than suffice.
Remember, Aerith is sort of an half-breed.
Well, Mr. President, that remains to be seen. I would like your permission to secure her cooperation through more forceful means. Forceful yet gentle.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is all very disturbing.
Handled with care.
It gets better, Shiro. Oh, you sure you would, Scarlet?
You don't have a problem with torture.
Of course your armor is at disposal, Heidegger.
Better to scar the
Yeah, but Hojo's idea is to more scar the
bunch of
mind.
nice people.
Also, Palmer, don't even.
Proceed as you see fit.
Good that you care.
I keep thinking Palmer's a new addition to the remake.
Yeah, I have to admit, his presentation was very minimal anyway. Hold on, I think he's about to mention something important. So yeah, in this remake...
oh boy.
There you go.
We would need to identify an alternative.
Yep, just like in the original, we're gonna make Aerith.
In this case, Hojo is not so much for bestiality, but for gangbang, and he uses that to reference something from Crisis Core, the different types of Genova implants.
Oh!
So I guess Genesis is canon. Oh
Right,
god, that's a
Yay! Good old Genesis.
One thing I'd like to mention as someone who's never played Xeno Crisis, references to games and compilation can be a rather mixed bag for me. I mean, the majority of them just go by, I don't really care. But other times some come along and I'm like, wait, is that meant to be a reference to something?
this element, this is where the game does start to begin.
Also, it's Hojo that says this in the remake and not Scarlet. 0 out of 10 for inaccuracy. Move away, game.
Where are the Dementors?
Yeah, I'm breaking the game right now, snap.
although, to mention the Dementors... What? Pedro, don't you mean Jova?
I swear, I said it to
We follow him.
I was the one talking.
Go on, Jova.
Yeah, this is immediately the part where the game begins to toe the line between newbie-friendly and not-so-newbie-friendly. Oh, and trust me, you'll see what I mean eventually. That said, though, I do like the introduction to the Crisis Core stuff. However, making Genesis canon, that is something that, well, as we mentioned before, could be kind of iffy unless they completely change how Genesis looks due to good old copyright.
And were you gonna say something about the debate?
Not just that, like, all he said was that, oh, we're gonna do gangbanging, like, so literally I don't really see how that would immediately make a newcomer go, what?
Oh, no, Pedro, we were talking about the references to Crisis Core.
Oh, I get that, but that's exactly like Theo said, that's kind of a reference to it anyway.
And Jovi.
Oh boy.
What a charming person. Remind me to never invite you at Christmas dinners.
Psychoactive agent should suffice. Nothing likely to cause any long-term damage.
Science and shit.
Well, Taya, where's your desire to play God?
Does Hojo even believe in something?
Right.
Probably not.
Jova, a bit earlier, were you going to say something about...
About what now?
You mentioned the debaters earlier, but you were...
Actually, Shira mentioned that.
Yeah, I mentioned them.
So let me get this straight. First you mistake Pedro for me, then you mistake me for Pedro, and now you mistook Shiroi for me.
Dwibs, go ahead, you're drunk.
While we sorted these technical difficulties, we'll see you for the next part.
Yes.
See ya.